Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID, so please reach out to us and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you. Okay, so how do we explore it? So in the last session, I taught you how to capture the logs. I taught you through Telnet, APIs, agent, integrations, or all various ways I showed you how to collect the logs. But once you have a logs, then what to look for it? See, basically this questions I will not be able to answer. Okay, because what you want to see in the logs, only you can decide. Only this is your work. You need to find out what you want to search in the logs. So but only for understanding the purpose, you need to have a little bit context. So what to look for in the logs? So again, as I said, it's a conditional question, depends on the situation, scenarios, project requirement, need, your requirement and stuff like that. So yeah, you can look for the password changes. You can look for someone, let's say you are connecting the Linux logs or Windows log. So maybe you're in a SIM team, security team, so you want to know how many people have password, change the password, how many people have unauthorized login failures, new login event, malware detections, firewall scans, closed and open ports, DDoS attack, errors on network devices, file name changes, integrity check, data exported from the database or not, new process started or running, process stopped, shared access event, and many as such. So this is a very broad question actually, what to look for in the log, correct? No? So I just want you to understand. Let's say I'll give you the Datadog, and I will ask, let's say, Joshua, I'm asking you, you are a Windows guy right now. So let's say I'm collecting the Windows log, and I'll give you the Datadog login, and where we have a Windows server log, and I'll ask you to search for the logs and for the users who have login failure, or let's say password change, that user who has password changed. How do you know that? How do you search for it? How do you search for it?
Like the password changes.
Yes.
Maybe I can maybe I can filter by maybe LDAP or
No, no,
maybe Active Directory, or I can use login or something.
no. You have logs. You forgot that things. You have a logs. So how do you search for it? What is the strategy you will apply for it?
I'll grep it.
But what you will grab it? How you'll grab it?
So if I put the logs, I guess I can just tell. If I grep, if I have a log, right? Normally normally I'm not used to passwords and I'm not used to login and all that. It's usually I'm always looking for error or fatal or
Yeah,
warning or something. So maybe
yeah,
in that case I'll look for the maybe the login, maybe
yeah,
login ID or something, login
yeah,
ID, and I'll check the time or something. But usually I'm just
yeah.
looking for error or fatal or warning, usually in my logs.
Mm, yeah. So yeah, so for that, that's what I said. Like this, I'll teach you how to search for the logs. Okay, what are the techniques which we have been given, but what to look for the logs only you can decide, and then algorithm for that only you can apply because you'll be having expertise in Linux or Windows, Apache or Nginx, MySQL or Oracle, Docker or Kubernetes, AWS or Azure. You'll be working on that, and you know that what you need to look for this. So subject expertise required, tool expertise required. So let's say I want to know the password changes. So what should be for the Windows, let's say. So you need to know Windows well actually in that case. And if I know that Windows well, there is a Windows event ID is there for password change, for password change. And here you see this is the one. So that means I have a logs, and the logs where the event ID is equal to this one, that means those many password has changed.
Hmm,
Are you getting my points?
I get it.
Yeah. So that logic only you can develop. That's what I said. So please remember that you have to
Hmm.
find out the algorithm, you have to build that logic, and accordingly we'll get it done. Okay, so now the question was, how do we explore the log? How do we search the log? So yeah, some of this text search you can do that. It's like a Google, it's like a Google. Don't complicate your mind. It's a Google for you. And these are the documents, is is a documents for you, website, web pages for you. Okay, these all are the documents. So first, let's say search for the string. What should I search? Let's say I'm searching for just a second, 2 days, 3 days, whatever it is, and I'm searching for something like some content I wanted. Let's say I want to search for this server hyphen status. Okay, so right now, let's say I search for Rajesh. Text search. There's no document for it. You see, there's no log for it. I search for server status. I got 257 logs for it. But what about if you search for server and status? This is the two string. So what will happen? So automatically by default they will add and. Okay, here and you see the 257 logs. And if I do not do like sorry, if I do not do like a Google search, okay, don't complicate yourself. See the same line. So how do I search for that string where we have a server space status? Quote, make it one string and done. And here you see there is a quote server status, and I think there's a space here, it has been taken it. One space is there below. So this way. Okay, now let's say if you want to search for one logs which has a server or status, do you have server or status? Enter, and it's taking and server or Rajesh. Here you see, I'll search server or DevOps or Rajesh. Do you have DevOps or server? Do you have like this? Okay, so and or and all and double quote and single terms, you can search for it here, just like a Google. Are you understanding so far, all of you?
Not really.
Yes.
I'm still, yeah, but I'm just trying to get the logic of what you're doing, you know. And I
I'm
know that
searching,
you're
that's
trying to
all.
search.
I'm searching Google. This is a Google, that's all.
Okay,
Don't complicate your mind. I'm again saying,
okay.
this is
Hmm,
your google.com and you want to search for it. let
okay.
me let me Google it, then I'll explain it to you. This is my Google. Same thing I was saying. I was searching for Rajesh. Here, see, Rajesh key term has come. I'm searching for, not found. Same thing I was doing on the Datadog. Now I want to search for Rajesh and Rakesh. One documents which has both the keyword I wanted. See here, Rajesh is there, Rakesh is there. I want to search for Rajesh or Rakesh. See here, only Rajesh is there. And if you go down here, only Rajesh is there. See, Rajesh and Rakesh highest priority has been given, but it should be coming like that. See, only Rajesh is there, and see, only Rakesh is there. And or now let's say I want to search for documents which has Rajesh and Rakesh separated by space. And you see here, Rajesh Rakesh separated by space, Rajesh Rakesh separated by space, Rajesh Rakesh separated by space. Are you understanding now?
Yes. So without the, what happens without the brackets, without the apostrophe?
Without a quote, it'll become an
Yeah.
and. Rajesh and Rakesh. So document which have Rajesh and Rakesh, you will get it here.
Mhm.
And by default, when you don't use the quote, you'll have a Rajesh and Rakesh.
Okay.
Are you understanding now?
Yes.
Yeah. If you say Rajesh or Rakesh. So see, only Rajesh, or here there's a exception because of there's a relevance code actually is there. I don't want to complicate too much, but relevance code
Yeah.
is applying here. See here Rajesh, and here only Rajesh, here only Rakesh. You see, oops, what
Yeah.
happened? I don't know. Yeah. So like that, you have to understand that. So same thing I was doing here. Don't complicate. You are learning google.com here. You have a millions of documents here. For us right now 330 logs, but
Mm.
in real you may have a millions of document, and you need to
Yeah.
learn the
They
search techniques actually.
they have millions.
Yeah, got it.
Mm.
Yeah, so that is some of the techniques which I have it. So I want to show you that through the slides also. So yeah, so look at this here. Here I'm searching here I'm searching by field. How do we do that? So I'll just talk about this one. First, let me show you. See here, errors. I'm searching for errors and rejected. Filter by service. Filtering I'll talk about a little bit later. Okay, so let me do that. So search log, look at this here. So the single term is a single word such as test or hello. Sequence of group of words surrounded by double quotes such as holly, hello, dolly. Are you getting guys, right? All of you.
Yeah.
So there are three
Yes.
operators we have: and or hyphen. Okay, and or hyphen. And for intersection for the two words, or for union of the two words, and hyphen for exclusion of the two words. Okay, so here I want the lines uh, where I want the logs where it can be authentications and failure. Both the keywords should be there in that log. I want the logs where only authentication should be there or password should be there, not both of these. So or, and here exclusion means I want the logs where the authentication keyword should be there, but password should not be there. Exclusion. Are you understanding now?
So the iPhone is the last one is saying
Exclusion.
authentication, but no password.
No password, hyphen password. Got it?
Hmm, I never knew that.
Yeah. So these are the three syntax way to search for this. And or hyphen. Please always remember that. Okay. So this is the autocomplete options is also there in Datadog. If you notice here, these are all the autocomplete. They'll suggest you what you do. You want to search by this. These all are called Facet. I'll talk about in some time, and so on. So go to my slides. Where is that? Here it is. Okay, so like this. Now there is a special character you can use in the slide, I mean the searches. Sometime you have to search, but with some special character. How do you do that? How do you do that special character? For that, you can use escaping sequence, escaping character. Now this is not something new to Datadog only. I mean, if you know the regular expressions and all, we've been using the escaping character from last so many years actually. So you see that a lot of escaping characters are there. So if you have these keywords in your search word, then you can use the escaping character, which is the last one. You can see the require escaping the with this one. You can follow my cursor here. This is escaping character. So you can use this one also. Now, here you see that one of the ways to use the skipping character. Here is equal to, you want to search some logs where user is equal to Jane Doe. So now this is equal to is a special character. So to avoid that any errors, you have to use skipping character here. You see this one. Okay, so that is something which you have to do that. Now there's one thing which is called at the rate, which is called a facet search. Okay, so if you want to search by some fields.
Excuse
Hello.
me. Sorry, what's the meaning of that escaping?
Skipping means you want to search. Okay, um, you
Yeah,
want to
because that
search
thing
user.
that backslash is killing me on one of my Ansible. I use
Hmm.
it in PowerShell
So
and it's killing it's not
yeah,
working in Ansible. It's telling me escaping
huh.
issue with
So
it.
here you want to search exactly this one, a logs which has a user is equal to Rajesh. Now here is a special character. So what will happen? You will get, if you do not use skipping character, you will automatically, this will get apply user and Rajesh. So here is equal to will be ignored actually. Why? Because a special character. Okay. So now what to do? So I'm going to use special character in skipping character. So that way it will become a user is equal to Rajesh will be search. So there are certain characters which you have where you have to apply the skipping character. These are the one you can see
Uh,
on the top.
so how do you fix? Okay, so that's well, okay. I'm having that issue. Okay, but I guess I can ask that after the class.
Yeah. Okay, so now this is the one. Now facet search. So facet search to search on specific attributes. Now the question is what is attributes? So that I don't understand. So can we go and check the attributes? So click on the one logs. Okay, this is one logs, one of the logs. And if you see carefully, these are the attributes, event attributes. Here data access, HTTP attributes, HTTP details. So these are the called attributes. Okay, for each logs there will be some attributes defined here, and you want to search by attributes. Let's say you want to search by this one. So right click, left click here, and here you see filter by this attributes at the rate of dot dot dot. So you can add it filter, you can add it exclude, you can replace with something else, add column here, and so on and so on. So this is something which you can do that. So here filter by see. So now cancel this. See here. So at the rate of facet search. So here you can attribute search. You can do it like that. So now with these attributes, you have only one line actually, only one logs. Okay. So this is something which we have to address. Okay. So this is a facet search. In the facet itself, you can add lots of special character. You see the regular expression. Follow my cursor. So here you have, see, there's a pattern. So facet http.url, there's a skipping character here, and here, and star means is a regular expression. You need to learn a little bit of regular expressions also. So star means anything with the API slash v1 and ending with anything. Just give me that search. Okay, because you may not know all the patterns, so you just star use a star. Okay, now if you look at this here you are saying, hey, give me the results, give me the logs where the status code should be anything between the 200 to 299. So here range search we call it. This is called range. This is a regular expression, and here we call it range search. Okay, again here regular expression star everything, you can get it done. Now so here you see that very simple to understand. Here give me the logs where the that logs belongs to the tagged, which is called service, and name of the service anything with web and anything. Here web start means matches all the logs message starting with web. And here star web means starting with everything but ending with that keyword web. So these are the regular expression while call, you can use it and in the searches and good to go. Okay, so now here you can use less than equal to, less than equal to, or less than equal to, and greater than equal to also. So here you can see that here you are saying, hey, give me the response time. The value for this should be greater than it, attribute search greater than 100. So that means don't give me the logs where the it should be more than 100, like that. Okay, so now you can search by tags also. The what tags which we applied yesterday, you can search by the tags also. So here you have environment, prod, or test. So here environment, it can be prod or test. Give me that line. Here you have a environment prod and hyphen version, means here you see give me the logs where you have a prod, the logs with a prod, but it should not be having version colon beta. So that is something you can do with that. So let me show you some of the quick one. So for example, here you can add lots of recommendations will be coming from the attribute search automatically. You can use some, here you can use filter also. So here you can, let's say um, host by, right now only one host, so you can do that by service, by status, by browser, by client. These are the some of the default one which got added as part of the each logs and few of the stuffs here. Now these are the search pattern, search techniques. Now some of the things which you should check this out, which is you can group the logs by many different ways, grouping the logs. Okay, so here group by field. Okay, so let's say you have 1 million lines of log, but you want to group by certain fields or certain pattern. Okay, transaction will not work because for that we need a distributed based application. So this way, so fields and patterns. So what to do? So click on the fields and here you want to group it. So I have a 300 logs, 330 logs. I want to group by what? So right now if you see that group by count which is there, count of all logs. So you want to buy everything, so you want to select group. So group by host, group by service. So let me see that. I have a two service, so you can see that one service which you have a Apache which has a 0 logs, and DevOps, again why is coming 0 here, service, let me check. Oh, 33. So okay, you have to hover here. 188 Apache here, 117, and here service is 6. So Apache and DevOps, I cannot find it actually. Okay, it's here. Yeah, 16. Okay, so this way you can group it. If you want to group it by something else also, like a status or host, only one host is there. Only one host, yeah, only one host is there. So this way you can see that host, it has come. So you can group the logs as per your requirement and done. Now if you want to see the patterns, pattern matching and recognition, so how many patterns? So let's say you have a 330 logs, but all these logs fall in under the 11 patterns. You see that this pattern has come to 245 times, this pattern has come 33 times, this pattern has come 22, and so on. So this is the pattern detection. So pattern is one of the best way to find out what types of logs you have it, and
So when you
maybe
say
error
pattern,
log.
which sorry, when you say pattern, what do you mean? Well, in
Pattern
this
means
particular example now, what was
unique
it? What's the difference in the
unique
first two patterns?
Pattern means set. What is set now? What is set? So let's understand what is set. Just a second. Just a second. How to, do we have any definition of it? Okay, so not quickly getting it, let me explain it to you in a simple way. So now there's a, I have an error, I have a warning, I have a what, I have a debug log, I have info log, I have all this kind of log, correct? So this has a certain pattern. This has certain pattern. So let's say you have 1 lakh logs of errors. No, 10 logs of errors. 10 logs, okay? And here you have, let's say, 500 warnings. Now debug, you have, let's say, 5,000. And let's say info, you have 5 lakhs. How many logs total you have? This many. Now you just click here. Where is that? You just click here, cancel, and click on pattern, and you can see that, okay, which log is having error here. Right now this everything is okay. See, info, warning, see here, warning is here, okay is here, info is here, debug. So immediately you get to know, okay, I have only 10 errors, and these 10 logs, you don't need to search for it. You got this pattern. This you can ignore it. This probably you can ignore it. This also you can ignore it. This error, you got it. In my case here, I have warnings. I got it 2 error warnings. Now this is my work to find out why this warning is coming up. And here there's a issues. Click on this logs and find out the reason for it. 404 issues. Why at that time there was 2 requests out of so many? Why this 404 error? So now, okay, I will search for it. Okay, this 404 error has come from with this logs data, and where this log data, which infrastructure? So matrices here. This has happened in these machines. You see that, and the machines we have a CPU issues. Everything's okay. Number of processor running or not? I think it's disabled. So yeah. So like that you can troubleshoot. So pattern matching is a capability of Datadog which can help you to save lots of time. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, transactions will not be meaningful here, because for the transaction you need to have a database server, web server, application server, real-time users and all. So you can create a transaction between you can correlate the 2 logs, one from the web server, one from the app server, one from the database server, and link it together through the tagging. So right now that infrastructure, that's basically data, we don't have it here. So yes, we have 3 options to group it: by field, by patterns, and by transaction. All the logs, you can group it by days, number of days, 3 days, and so on. Now, how do you want to see that? Okay, do you want to see in the list format, which is by default? You want to see in the time series format? This is the time series format. At what time, that how many types of log you got it? You want to see that? Don't want to see everything, but you want to see the top list by the field, by status. Here you are adding the by status, average by status, everything here, top field. And but I want to only see by service. So see, Apache service, DevOps service. You want to see something by the host, only one will have. You want to see by something by browser, I don't, here you have it. So like that, top. Okay, but I think make it here like that way, top list and so on. Okay, you want to see in the tabular format, you can try this one out. Okay, 3 outs. Now you want to give the more services, you want to add more, let me host, see that. So you can design actually what way you want to see that, and it will help you. So see here, this is the total logs. So how many total service Apache, how many total host? Only this one. You can see that number of logs, and here in a tabular format, and this way you can experience. Now let's say you have created a very nice table, you learn this, all this functionality, and then you query that, you got the results, and these results you want to share with someone else. What to do? So you can download it here, CSV format. This Excel sheet will be downloaded. You can also do the more options here. You can copy the URL for that queries, create a monitor, means alerting and dashboarding and notebooking and all stuff like that. You can do that, and so on. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes.
Hello. Yeah. So this way you can search for it and good to go. Okay. So here left side you have, right side this timestamp you have. Search I told you, group by I told you, visualize as a different way. He told you. You can group by fields, pattern, and transactions. You can add as many you wanted. This logic to develop and so on. Yeah. So this is the things you have to practice it in order to understand this and so on. So here, let me cover this one. Yeah. So now you can aggregate by fields. I showed you patterns, transactions. Okay. You can visualize through the list, time series, top list. Nested tables has been removed. Actually, table has been there, and exporting options. Okay. So any questions on this? All of you?
It's a very wide topic. I guess it's something to go practice.
Yeah. I mean, basically, this required little bit of you should be having some question in your mind, like, okay, I want to search, let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a database logs. So let's say you want to search for some logs where someone has exported a database. That's a dangerous, right? Correct now? That's a dangerous situation. So someone is exporting the database and without your knowledge. Correct? So now you want to know who has exported, because exporting a database is like a major security lapses. So you will go through the logs, find out the patterns. You will learn that database you'll set up in your local setup. You'll export manually some dummy database, understand the logs, and then you come here and search for that pattern and on the production, and then you will find out, oh, this is the pattern, someone has exported the database. You have to create a reports and send it to the management saying that, okay, these are the people, they have exported the database. Now management will take care of it, whether it's a genuine export or someone is trying to steal the data and stuff like that. So like that you have to create a scenarios and do that. Make sense? There's one more example I'll tell you. Let's say you have a one server which is not responding well. So in that, all the transaction is failing over there. So you can see the logs of the system, Linux system or Windows system, and see that what are the logs for the system, and are they having any problem in that, some error and stuff like that. So you can see the logs and then study that.
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.